What's up, and welcome back to the Scuff Test Podcast for episode number 288. I don't know. Wonder? Right as he filled his mouth with the Gardetto. Was it a rye chip? Or what did you just eat?
It was, yeah.
The only good part of a Gardetto.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know.
I put up with the rest of it, but
They sell just the rye chips.
yeah, I know. But I feel disgusting when I just buy the rye chips.
That's crazy. That's fair, but that's crazy. Oh, gods. I'm tired. And I don't really know why. I mean, I've been doing a lot of shit, but I still don't really know why I'm so tired.
I know why I'm tired, because I didn't sleep worth of shit, because it was 80 degrees in our room last night, so don't sleep well when it's hot. And then also, I know Aspen didn't sleep well because she was restless about starting her job today, and I was restless about her starting the job today, honestly. So
that's fair.
Yeah. But
I was gonna say I probably slept like shit, but that's not news. Maybe I slept good, right? And that's the problem.
Oh yeah, your body's like, I don't know what to do with this rest.
Right. Actually, I was watching, obviously I was watching the weigh-in show because that's like all I watch. That's not true, but that is a thing that I watch every week that like I retain good information from. Well, most of what I watch, I think nobody would find interesting if we were to sit here and talk about it. Like the other night, I watched 7 hours of lectures from Dr. Brian Cox about astrophysics, and nobody else is gonna care. I had a good, jolly old time, but nobody else is gonna give a fuck. You guys don't care about black holes and relativity and nobody cares. There's like real life problems, and I'm like, yeah, but those suck. I want to think about the universe. Real life sucks.
I just wish I could see the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep, for sure.
That's one of the things, like, I hope when I die, somehow you get to tour the universe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
What happens if it's all just a simulation? You just get a game over screen when you die.
Yeah, along with the wow, 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 wow,
wow. But so I was watching the weigh-in show, and there's this thing that you can get for your bed. I want one. I don't have the money. You'll want one. You also don't have the money. It's called 8 Sleep. It's like a cover for your bed that has, this is going to sound crazy, but it's not a water bed, but it has like water tubes running through it. And it allows you to heat and or cool your bed. And you can do that for like, so yours is a king size bed, right? Or is it a queen? I don't know. Not important. But like for yours, you can cool one side and heat the other. So like if Aspen wants it to be warmer in the bed, her side of the bed can be heated and yours can be cooled so you don't fucking die. And that's sick. But it also like has like sleep trackers built in. So it like tells you how well you slept. And one of the guys on the weigh-in show, who it seems like we have very similar both sleeping habits and just living habits in a lot of ways. He's like, yeah, every night it's like I don't get a lot of sleep. I get like 3 or 4 hours, but of that, let's say it's 4 hours, like 3 hours and 20 minutes of it'll be like, so you know, there's levels of sleep. There's like regular sleep, there's like REM sleep, and then there's deep sleep. He's like, yeah, I'll only get like 4 hours, but 3.5 of it will be deep sleep. And it's like, that's probably me, because that's why you can't wake me the fuck up. By the time I'm asleep, I am out.
Right. You're in a coma.
Yeah. So I think that's how I get away with getting very little sleep, is it's all mostly good sleep.
Right. Whereas me, I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and like most of it's not good sleep.
Yeah.
So no matter how much sleep I get, I wake up and I don't feel like I've gotten any sleep.
We might just be Luke and Linus. I've never considered this. But, interesting. Wonderful thoughts.
Anyway, how much does that blanket cost?
It's not a blanket. It's a bed cover.
Or bed cover.
Bro
whatever.
wants it so bad. They're expensive. So the cheapest one, I don't need to give you my email. The cheapest one for a king size bed to buy outright is almost $3,000. But so you can pay for it like over time if you wanted to. So you can pay for it like $17 a month for I don't know exactly how long. So
in other words, what you're saying is my entire paycheck would go towards a bed sheet.
One time, yes.
Yes, unfortunately I barely scrape by with making as much as I do. Yeah. So I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's
especially when we're looking at buying a house here shortly.
Maybe you put this on your Christmas list and see if your parents love you.
They love me, they're not that much. I was an accident, remember?
Okay, so lie and say it's for Aspen.
That might get it. I'm pretty sure they love her more than they love me. So
I can think of a few reasons why currently, and I feel like that's accurate.
Yeah, but also I'm your offspring. God damn it.
Yeah, but you know, But yeah, and that's for the like previous generation one. Their highest end one is it's a bit. Yeah. If you buy the highest end one with all of its options, it'll only run you about $6,500 right now.
Oh.
Because they have a $1,000 blanket.
Oh.
Because it also is heated or cooled the same way. So you can just be wrapped in a little ice box, but it's also a blanket. So you get the feeling of blanket, but also the cool.
Bro, I could sleep in a freezer. Oh, 0 degrees? Perfect. Let me just get a thick blanket.
For real. It is the worst thing. Because when I'm awake, I kind of want it to be a little warmer. I don't like being cold. But like the minute I go to lay down in bed, it's like I need freezing. I need it as cold as humanly possible. And maybe colder.
Right. It's currently 64 degrees in this room that I'm in.
I think it's 68 currently in my apartment. And that's just because my air conditioner hasn't kicked on.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you. Over the weekend, I decided to pull my computer out and
give it a good old dusting.
And oof.
Yeah, they do that.
There was quite a bit of nasty stuff in there.
It's gonna be great because I don't really plan to clean mine out until I move again. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but the problem is like it's really dusty here.
Yeah.
And so like it was time because like I got to where like the like color coming from my computer is like bland.
Yeah.
Because it's so dusty on the inside. And I'm like, all right. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take pictures of everything that's plugged in. So I remember where everything's plugged in at. Because there's a lot.
Yeah.
And pulled it out. And I had a couple cans of air. And it looks really nice now. And it seems to be running better.
That'll do.
Now that I've cleaned it out. I don't know if there was some dust that was causing some interference or something, but it just seems like it's performing a little bit better.
The cooling fins on both your radiator and your GPU were full of dust. Therefore, they were hot. Therefore, they were thermal throttling. That's why you have to clean out your computer. It's not just because it looks bad. It actually affects how it performs.
Well, it's weird because like the temperature didn't seem to change much.
Interesting.
It just the performance changed. And maybe that's because it's trying harder to stay cool. It might be, because this, as is, even when I'm running a taxing game, it hardly ever throttles up. Especially since I help it by keeping it cool in here all the time.
True.
But like it hardly ever throttles up to stay cool. But I noticed that the last couple weeks, I'd hear it kind of, the fans would speed up a little bit. and then they'd kick off, and then they, after about a half hour or so, they'd speed up a little bit, and I'm like, I wonder if I need to clean this. So, and then it took me a minute to remember how to take the side panel off of this thing. I thought it just slid off. I didn't realize it was that screw on the back. I'm like, I could have swore he just took it off, and I was like, oh, that's why there's a clip right here.
Yeah.
And I also forget about the little screen on the bottom too.
Oh yeah, for your power supply.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. What is this email? Am I in trouble?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I could be. Oh no, I just have to go sign a fucking contract.
So,
because
signing contracts.
I already did the thing. I just have to agree to the terms, and it's always like, I already gave you the content and did what you wanted. I feel like that was me signing the contract. I don't fucking know, man. It feels a little late here, bud.
Right.
But that's fine. There you go. Now give me my money.
Give me my $10.
No, I think that one's 60.
Oh, hey, that's not too bad.
EA pays decently if you sign up for things.
Interesting.
Because I've barely gotten to play Madden. I am a little annoyed. That stupid fucking animation where your character will try to catch the ball like a dumb... Yeah, that one. It does exist. It is not as prevalent. I've played like 10 games. I've gotten it one time. But I about fucking launched my controller when it happened. I had PTSD.
Right.
Had war flashbacks, man. That was awful. And also, it happened with a running back, so I was a little less offended, because I was like, oh, running backs are kind of stupid when it comes to catching the ball. So, like, okay. But it's like, if that would have happened to Justin Jefferson, I might have committed crimes.
Yeah.
He made the fucking craziest catch. So, I did a Vikings one, and for whatever reason, Madden thinks that the Bills are going to cut Ed Oliver. So Ed Oliver's a Viking now. The Bills' only good defensive player is now on the Vikings because he was just in free agency. And I was like, oh, free player. Let's go. That didn't matter when it came to making the Super Bowl. But the Vikings made the Super Bowl in JJ's first year. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to play this game. It was Vikings-Texans, which was really funny. CJ Stroud got sacked 17 times in that game, and I didn't play defense. That's just what happened.
Oh.
The Texans don't have an offensive lineman, and the Vikings have the best defensive line in the league, plus Ed Oliver and Christian Wilkins, because it was Madden. So, like, yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, good. Christian Wilkins and Ed Oliver are off the field. Oh, fuck, it's Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. Oh, fuck. This just got worse. How did this happen?
Right.
It's like, our defense gets to stay fresh. You're screwed. So, yeah, CJ Stroud, I'm shocked wasn't dead. But Justin Jefferson made a contested catch when covered by 4 people, including Derek Stingley, who's like one of the 3 best corners in football. And I think that's really funny. I was like, but also that tracks. That is exactly what would happen. It's just like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Elite receivers can do elite receiver things in Madden now, and that makes me happy. Now, non-elite receivers can no longer really randomly do elite receiver things, but that's also okay. I would rather the elite guys actually be elite than everybody can be elite sometimes. No, that's stupid.
Right, that just kind of takes away from having a good player on your team.
Yeah, because that's how I would end up building. In previous Maddens, because receivers didn't matter, I would never worry about them. I'd go into every season with like a 70 overall wide receiver 1, and he'd lead the league in receptions because it doesn't matter. Now it seems like it matters a bit, which is more fun for team building.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of EA, I know you're not a Battlefield fan.
I've heard Battlefield 6 things-ish.
Yeah, I am actually kind of excited for this one. 2042, shit, throw it away. I almost say burn the company down, but if they can redeem themselves with this one, we'll see. Might not burn the company down. But I think they kind of learned their lesson a little bit that, hey, get out, you can't, you have your own standards, stick to them. Don't try to Call of Duty Battlefield, because A, you're not going to be as good at Call of Duty as Call of Duty. And B, that's not what Battlefield's known for. Battlefield's known for destruction, vehicular warfare, and things like that. Stick to that. Stick to your destruction and animosity. Don't try to go to Call of Duty.
Real?
So, we'll see. I'm excited. It's one game that I know I'm going to buy right after it comes out, probably. So, just because I've seen the reviews on the beta. I didn't play the beta. I was going to, but it's like, I'll let other people play the beta, and then I'll just kind of go through and see what everybody seems to, Battlefield fans seem to think it's awesome. So I have hope. They could screw everything up before then, but we'll see. We will see.
So, well, that's annoying. I'll fix that later. So I don't know anything about this Battlefield. I had the opportunity to play it early. I just didn't have the time, so I didn't take the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've heard some decently good things. I'm intrigued by another Black Ops game releasing this year, even though we just got Black Ops last year. Right. I don't love that they're doing that. But they're trying to rope me in again.
Zombies, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'm a little tentative because I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're the OG crew, Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takia. They're coming back, which doesn't make any fucking sense because they got erased from the universe, but now they're back.
And
that's
I don't know,
intriguing.
maybe it's like a Marvel thing.
Takia's voice actor can't voice act anymore. He had a stroke and can't talk anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing there. That has me a little concerned.
Maybe he's part zombie and he can't talk.
No, I don't think that's it. I'm sure they just cast somebody else, but
right. But
sad.
I don't know. There's a lot of people out there in the world. I'm sure they could find somebody that sounds pretty close.
Yeah, I know. It just makes me feel bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's weird that I'm that way with voice actors when I don't give a shit with regular actors.
Right.
It's like I hear Marvel's going to recast Tony Stark and Steve Rogers after Secret Wars. It's like, okay, cool.
Right.
They're going to recast most people. That makes sense. You got to restart the universe. A lot of these heroes, the people who play them are really old now. So I get you kind of have to, if you want to keep the universe existing, you got to do the thing. But then it comes to voice actors and I'm like, ew, I don't want somebody else to do that voice. I like their voice. Fuck you.
Right. Yeah. They probably won't get me to buy it unless they have another Blackout.
I've heard rumors.
Now I have too. And I was like, if there's a Blackout, I'm going to have to spend fucking $120 or $140 on 2 new games, apparently. Bastards.
Yeah. That's how they get you. Don't worry.
I just hope it's normal Blackout, not fucking
Warzone
bullshit.
3.
Yeah.
My biggest concern for the end of the year is there's $1,000 I have to spend. That stupid fucking handheld gaming system, the ROG Xbox Ally Xbox, not important. Asus and Xbox teamed up to make a handheld. So a lot of the handhelds are just rectangles like your phone that are a little thicker and have joysticks and stuff. This one, the edges are shaped like an Xbox controller, so it's more comfortable in your hand, and then has Xbox layout. But it is a Windows machine so that means I can get all of my Steam games and all of the Xbox Game Pass games on my handheld, which with a Steam Deck you can't really do. I'm sure you can with other Windows handhelds. I don't like any of them. Before the one person in the comments who knows these things tries to say that, no, I know. This one just looks better in every way than every other handheld, except for the Steam Deck, which I would love to have, except for it can't run Xbox games, and I would like to be able to play my Game Pass games also, because that's such a huge library of games, which is wonderful. Now I can play Baldur's Gate in bed. I have a problem, I think.
I'm going to touch myself to Demon Mommy.
All right, settle down. Can't believe my chat got you calling Karlak Demon Mommy, too. That's crazy.
You started this.
I did not. Galaxy started this.
You started this.
Just because it was in my Twitch chat doesn't mean it's my fault. Galaxy
I didn't hear it from Twitch chat, though. You said it once, and it stuck.
While we were streaming on Twitch, you bitch.
Oh, but that's besides the point. I wasn't reading your chat.
No, but I was.
No, but you just said it out of the blue. You're like, oh, come here, Demon Mommy. And I'm like, that's nice.
Fucking ridiculous.
I'm gonna keep saying that.
I'm finally doing a playthrough where I'm romancing Shadowheart because I still have never done that.
She's fucking hard to romance, man.
Not really. You're just bad.
No, you're bad because you didn't let me romance her fast enough. Like we went through the campaign part too fast.
Which is crazy because it took over 80 hours to get through the first 2 acts. I think you were just bad at romancing her. Because
I don't think so.
I have her bar fully in the green, and we're barely halfway through Act 1. I just know what I'm doing. I just know what people like.
It's not exactly what we didn't. It's how we went about what we did. Because there's a lot of things you can do specifically early that it specifically makes her like you. But if you go and do all the other stuff first and then go back to it, she doesn't like you quite as fast. Well, there's
that, and there was also I was fully leading, so in the situations where it would have made more sense to have you be there to interact so that you could get the Shadowheart approves,
right?
You couldn't.
Yeah.
And Karlak in that game is simple. Exist, don't be entirely evil. You can be kind of evil, just don't be entirely evil. And she loves you. It's great.
Right.
Lae'zel is also pretty easy, shockingly.
I'm about to say, you basically just have to
be awesome.
Be a little bit dominant, and she's like, I'm all over that.
Yeah. Which is crazy, judging by how she first acts.
Right.
But
she just wants to take you.
Her romance arc is incredible. That might be like the best arc in the game. Hers or weirdly Astarion's.
Right.
Astarion's is so cool. I have an Astarion one that I want to do. I just need somebody else to play it with that will have their camera on while we're playing on stream. Because I need their reaction cut on video to things I have planned.
Well, it makes sense with Astarion. I mean, he's 1,000 years old. I'm sure he's picked up a few things here and there.
Well, no, I just mean like I don't mean like the actual like romance part, but like their individual storylines that come with that are the best.
Right.
Because like Lae'zel developing from like the cold, I hate it here, I hate all of you, to suddenly the scene where she finally just like fully gives in to loving you, and she like invites you to go watch the sunset or sunrise and talks to you about how beautiful it is and how she never understood it and how that's because of you and she wants you around forever. It's the coolest moment.
Right. It's like she's the most bitter person there. But if someone finally breaks her walls down and she becomes like, she like loves as hard as she possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty crazy. The cat eyes freak me out a little bit. But whatever. That's besides the point. But so the Bears think they're winning the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, they I was going to make the joke if they played well against the Bills backups, but I think people are dumb. And I don't mean Bears fans. I mean people in general. Because it seems like there's two camps. The everything that happens in the preseason matters camp and the nothing that happens in the preseason matters camp. And this is one of the few times where actually the middle answer is correct. Because, like, a lot of the things will be, yeah, Caleb Williams played well against the Bills yesterday, but he played well last year's preseason too. It's like, yeah, but you have to look at the nuance of that. What made him look good in last year's preseason? His scrambling, like, out of structure ability where he just embarrassed, like, second and third string guys who weren't good athletes and just did it that way. Whereas this year, what was impressive? His ability to actually run an offense correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Diagnose coverages, diagnose defenses, make good reads, make good throws. That's more important. He performed way better this preseason than last, even if it doesn't look as flashy.
Granted, the coverage was kind of
yeah, but that's
pukey.
That's the Bills. But... So even if it was first string defenders, it would have been the same answer.
I don't know about. Well,
I do.
I mean,
also, it's not just the coverage is kind of pukey. The Bears receivers aren't really fair. Luther Burden would probably be the best receiver on a lot of teams, and he's the Bears wide receiver like 4. Mm-hmm. And that's not counting their 2 tight ends, who are probably already both top 10 tight ends in the NFL. There aren't that many good. Yeah. It's weird. Tight ends are weird because there's like the 4 great ones and then 35 that are all like the exact same caliber of player.
Right.
It's like Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, same caliber of player. You could rank one as the 5th best tight end and one as the 35th, and it would make sense. And it doesn't matter which one's which.
Right.
You can make an argument both ways.
It just blows. Well, and the way I look at it is like, I always, yeah, sure, it's a preseason game or whatever, but it's still an NFL game.
Yeah.
And you still have, second, third, fourth string, players trying to compete to be, have a starting position or a second string position or whatever. That's their chance to prove that they're worth being on the field.
Yeah.
And you get your ass kicked by, what was it, 36 points or 38 points, something like that. And, that's still concerning to me because these are supposed to be our backups. They're supposed, if somebody goes down, we have to rely on these people to fill in positions, Yeah. But I also get a kick out of the people that are like, oh, the Bills aren't going to make the playoffs. It's like,
well, they're not, but it's not because of that.
Well, I think I'll make a playoffs.
No,
will they make it past the Chiefs or the Ravens? That's a different story. But
yeah,
I don't know. I find it crazy. And then it's like, but then you look at last year, so the Bills went 13-4 or something like that last year. And last year when we played the Bears in the preseason game, I think we lost 33-6. So we didn't do much better. So it's like, I mean,
yeah.
And then the Bears proceeded to win 4 games.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this preseason. I don't know if I like that JJ is not playing more. He played 1 drive in the first game and is not playing another preseason game. And I don't know how I feel about that. I get you want to avoid injuries and whatever, and this is how Kevin O'Connell's always done it with his starters. They play a drive in the first game, and then they're not doing that because you can get most of the looks you want at practice, especially the dual practices, because they practiced with the Patriots all week. JJ had one day where he was fucking incredible. Completed 16 straight passes, 6 of them for touchdown. It's those moments where I'm like, oh, maybe he doesn't need a preseason game. But also, I would like it if he had one.
Right.
God damn it.
Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Fix.
We were doing so well, too.
But I don't understand.
I'm going to
have to figure that out.
Though.
I'm going to have to figure that out. I don't understand. I blame you, but I don't understand.
Right.
I don't know. Ugh. So I think I've figured it out, which is annoying because I didn't need to reset my PC. Though doing all of that seems to have helped with a bunch of other things. So I just have to I have to figure out this So it seems like it's actually an encoding issue, not a full-on computer issue, which is fine. I thought I had that fixed too yesterday, but apparently not. But apparently, this is weird because we're 30 minutes in, so it wasn't a let my computer warm up type deal this time. So I have no clue what just... I'll figure it out. But I do need to figure it out. Maybe I don't want to let it use my GPU for encoding. As much as that's better. The random spikes might be causing it. Because why is it spiking? Why is just recording a podcast and doing nothing else spiking my GPU to like 60% usage? That's weird. That just sounds like the encoder is not right.
Well, that's weird because that sounds like that's what my PC was doing there for a while. And I had to go through, and what helped me is I went through and made sure that certain things weren't like auto running or whatever you call that.
Yeah, I've done that, but
there was one thing in particular I think that I stopped for, doing that, and it helped. I don't know which one it was, but
sure,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I also am waiting now on an email because the Power Play mouse pad I bought, the one that is supposed to wirelessly charge my mouse just while it's sitting here, just randomly stopped working. So I had to hit up Logitech support. So hopefully they'll get me a new one because that's fucking annoying. Otherwise, that's $200 that is down the drain. Love that. I love that for me. But yeah.
Oh, so one of my coworkers just sent me a picture. When he got home. Let me see if I can show you this.
Oh no.
That's on the side of his house right now.
What the fuck is that? Oh, is it a bat?
It's a bat.
That is a big bat.
That is a big bat.
Or that's a really zoomed in picture that's just lying to us, but
no, I'm pretty sure that's a big ass bat.
Looks like a big ass bat.
But I don't know if you heard though, there's like a hotel somewhere in Wyoming that has a bat population, and apparently there's a rabies outbreak within that population, and they had to contact like 11,000 people that have been in this hotel in the last, I don't know, few months to determine whether or not they have real exposure risk and whether or not they need to go in and get rabies shots.
Jesus, that's terrifying.
Right?
Because rabies is fucked, dude.
Yeah, you gotta look up what happens when you get rabies shots.
You just look up what happens when you get rabies. 99% of the time you die.
Right, but like you're gonna want to die when you're getting rabies shots.
Yeah, none of it's good.
Because they stab them into your stomach.
Yeah. Well, that's better than dead, I guess.
I don't know. Fucking terrible pain. I can tell you that much.
Life is pain.
Yes. But we have the most gain, right?
I don't know. But I don't know if I like JJ not playing. When it comes to receivers, Jetta's, I hope he gets healthy soon. I think he's fine. I think they're just being cautious. There's been videos of him at camp like doing full speed activity that isn't football, and it's like I think he's fine. I think they're just got to be cautious with the best player in football. Shocker.
Right.
But like I don't like our backup QB situation because our best backup quarterback right now is an undrafted rookie, and I don't want to bet my season on him. Sam Howell sucks. He is just not good. And then obviously Brett Rippion's not good. So they need to find a real backup because I'm cool with keeping Brosmer as QB3. That's fine with me. But like you need to go get a real backup. Unfortunately, no. I swear to God, though, I keep seeing Vikings fans want it to be Jameis, and I might kill myself. I don't want a garbage human like Jameis on my football team.
I think the Vikings are smarter than that.
Send him back to the Browns. They like to have rapists at quarterback.
Right.
Jameis's PR team is way too good. Like somehow it's better than Kobe's when it comes to people not knowing what a piece of shit he is.
Right.
Yeah, but he's funny and goofy. I don't give a fuck.
Right. He's still a piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't
that
like
video
it.
I sent you earlier.
I would prefer Wait, which
that was
one?
so bad.
Oh yeah.
The one about your the cheerleaders and stuff, but
That's pissing me off, dude.
Right. That's so dumb, but there's a hint of like relevancy to it.
Why?
Because it seems to be like the NFL. Oh, don't focus on video. This because these people are a piece of shit, you know.
But yeah, like I don't get people being upset about it. I'm sorry. I have never First of all, maybe I'm a weirdo, but I actually enjoy football, so I've never once paid attention to the cheerleaders at a football game. Never once.
Right.
Well, what about, during halftime when they come out onto the field and dance? I like use that as my chance to go to the bathroom and go buy some food. Duh.
Right.
I'm here for football. But also, I don't want to look at a dude. Okay, there's 22 people out there. Look at the other 21, I guess, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
This isn't this hard. It really... my favorite joke about that is that somebody saw the cheerleader, got a little hard, and now doesn't know how to handle that.
Just a little hard. No, what I find funny is I guess this isn't a new thing.
No, well, I mean, like, it's not. Male cheerleaders have always existed. Since 2018, they've existed as like actual dancers instead of just the like lifters or whatever. But like male cheerleaders have always been a thing. This isn't new.
Right. It's just now all of a sudden getting spotlight
because it's the Vikings.
No reason. Right.
They can only get spotlight if it's bad spotlight.
Well, I mean, the Rams also, don't they have?
Yeah, but nobody's talking
male
about
cheerleaders.
So the Patriots
talking about
the
them.
Ravens have forever. Like this isn't new, but because it's the Vikings, we gotta.
You know what's fair? Everybody's got to hate on the Vikings.
You need
a Super Bowl. That's what you need. They'll leave the Vikings alone once they get a Super Bowl.
No, because then they'll just move the goalpost. Well, it's not worth anything until you have multiple. That is why JJ McCarthy is winning the next 18.
That have multiple.
Well, the Vikings are the only team winning them now.
Oh.
Remember, JJ McCarthy has only in his life lost 2 games. So.
Right.
He will not be losing anymore. I guarantee it. I stand by it.
Yeah.
Hey, the Vikings are undefeated when JJ McCarthy plays football.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's only 2 games that's happened, but 2-0 is still 2-0.
I'm sad that our first overall pick is injured, but
Hairston?
That seems to happen.
I have to do the thing again, but that's okay.
Yeah.
When we're talking about rapists, we got to talk about all of them.
Right.
I don't wish injury on people, but like the rapist not playing football doesn't sound that bad to me.
Yeah.
That's just me. It's wild. We're going to cut Ariza for the same thing and then draft this guy in the first round. What the fuck are we doing? Like that doesn't make sense to me. We're going to cut people for being rapists, but we're also going to draft them because...
Right.
Because it's well known and everybody knows that this happened and he's talked about how it happened, but...
Well, what I seen was they actually made a comment on it and it said that he was cleared of all wrongdoing before the draft. So that's why they went ahead and chose him. The Ariza thing was an ongoing thing.
That's also fair. That
they didn't know about until after they drafted him. And then they cut him, and then it turns out I don't know what they ever, because there was a thing that came out that said he had nothing to do with it and he wasn't even there.
No, that was him saying that. I think what it turns out is it's still bad, but I think what was actually came out of that was he was there and it did happen. I don't know why they didn't care about this part. I feel like this is the more important part. That it did happen, but at least it wasn't non-consensual. She still wasn't an adult though. So that still feels like there should have been more to this problem.
But the only thing about the Hairston thing is that it's been apparently it's been cleared before he went to the
My
draft.
question is, it like real cleared, or is it Ben Roethlisberger where you paid somebody off and moved on?
Right. I don't know.
I mean, it like we've said before, worse players who have done the same or worse get to stay in football. So I hate it. I wish more teams had a fucking backbone.
Right.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Why does the stuff you do off the field matter? It always should. I stand by this. Why should you get fired if you do these awful things? It's like, because you're a bad person, and that it should be allowed. I don't care. Why should I get fired for saying I was a Nazi? Well, that's why. That's why you should get fired. I don't want you working in my company. Thanks.
Right.
Simple answer.
Yeah.
No, because that also just happened. Some guy went on some fucking YouTube show and straight up came out and said he was a Nazi, and then got fired, and then started a GoFundMe and got millions of dollars from idiots because now we support Nazis, I guess. I think everybody who supported that GoFundMe should also get fired.
Right.
Idiots. I remember a time when we just beat the shit out of Nazis.
Right.
What happened?
Yeah. It's funny because, like, the majority of the people I work with, let's just say we differ politically a little bit.
Sure.
But, like, I understand why they feel the way that they feel. And I've,
depending on what they're saying, I don't understand it, but not your specific coworkers. I just mean in general with people. Depending on what they say, I don't understand how you can feel that way. But sorry, please continue.
But, so they absolutely despise the Orange Man. Let's just say that. That's
real.
Yeah. So I understand. Yeah. Because there's a lot of things that he's doing right now that I don't particularly agree with either.
Not fully go into this. I don't want to today.
I'm not fully going into it. I'm just saying it's just funny because my coworkers. I did have a point to this that
something about Nazis, I think.
Because I got to talking about if I was ever president. That's where I was going with this.
What would happen if you were president? This can't go poorly.
First thing I am coming up with is, depending on the price of the house, depends on how much you can charge interest-wise. So, for instance, you cannot, when you go to buy a house, you cannot have an interest that makes you pay more than the original price of the house. Why does it make any sense to anyone that I go out there and I go to buy a $150,000 house, and by the time I'm done paying interest, I've paid $412,000 for a $150,000 house?
Well, so that's because that ends up coming down to your credit and how much money you make and how long the loan is and blah, 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 because banks in a lot of cases are taking a risk, giving you the money to do that. You're totally right about how much, but I also don't think you should be able to charge 80% interest because it's a $10 million house either. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that your interest should be allowed as a bank to charge interest higher than the original price of the house.
That's fair.
So like, hey, I'm buying a $180,000 house. You're capped at a 3.4% interest because that would put you at $180,000 in interest. There's no reason you should pay $300,000 in interest for a $180,000 house. That makes no sense.
No, that's fair.
That's just robbing people. That's the bank just robbing people.
Yeah.
And then you got other people who bought in 2019 and have a 1.8% interest, and they're only going to end up paying $30,000 for a $180,000 house. Yeah. And then the other part is, it doesn't matter how good my credit is. I can have a 900 credit score.
Can we just make that a thing on all loans? Because, like, that's the problem with student loans currently is that, and then the way that they somehow are allowed to reset the loan when one bank sells it to another bank. Like, that's 100%. What pisses me off. Why the fuck don't these people just pay off their student loans? Because they legitimately can't.
Like, right, yeah, as soon as they get close to paying off their loan. They get close to paying off their loan.
One bank sells it to another bank and just resets it at zero, and you have to start over.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck that's legal.
I don't understand, like, as a president, why would you not look into stuff like this? This is stuff that you can control.
Well, somebody did and fixed all those problems. And then somebody else came in and immediately erased that because, well, you did it, so it must be bad. Good job, jackass. Yeah. That did happen.
Well,
there's no well to it. That just did happen. Straight up. We had to reverse this decision because the other guy made it. And
well, the problem was it wasn't just getting forgiven. It was being paid off on the taxpayer dollars. So somebody was paying for it.
Yeah, guess what is still getting paid off on taxpayer dollars? All those loans that multi-million-dollar companies took. We're still paying for those. I would rather pay for your student loans than some billionaire's fucking loan, actually. How about we just... oh, wait, no. The billionaire can't take the money away from the billionaires. That's ridiculous. If anyone ever tells me this guy's better for the economy, I'm going to fight them because they're just wrong in every way. Look at the actual things he does, not the things he claims he's going to do, because he just does the opposite.
Right.
All the time. It's the worst.
My thing is we need to make it so they need to make it so that student loans don't exist in the first place. Not just go, oh, you took out a loan, so now we're going to have these people who didn't take out the loan pay for your loan. That's not fair. That's not right.
Well, we're still doing that just for things that don't matter. An educated population does matter. So I think in general, we should just say, fuck the loans. It shouldn't be paid back by the people. They should just not exist anymore.
Well, my point is,
delete them.
We shouldn't have to have loans. Stop making shit so fucking outrageously expensive so that we have to take out a loan to survive.
Student loans have always been needed. Always. I'm not saying they should be. I think that they at least kind of need to exist. I don't trust the federal government to decide colleges. Because then that leads into the government kind of gets to dictate what job you get to do in the future, and that's gross. Because, oh, well, we'll let you go to college, but you don't get to go for anything in the sciences. You only get to go for this, or that. That's gross. I don't like that. I don't want the federal government having their hands in private colleges anyways. Because that's the nice thing with private colleges is they're private. They get to do and teach what they need to teach. And if you as a student don't like it, just go to a different one. It is that simple. Whereas even that, picking your college wouldn't happen if they were fully federally funded. You would just go to whichever one the government told you to, and suddenly we're in China, and I don't like that. I'm good.
Right. The other thing I have issue with college-wise is I think it's stupid that they force you, in order to get a degree in a certain major, they force you to go and do shit that doesn't apply to anything that you're doing with your major.
True.
That's just money grabbing. That's all it is. That's all it boils down to. You go there to, like, for me, for instance, I go weld. Why the hell do I have to have a political science part when it comes to welding? I'm there to weld. I'm there to learn how to weld. That's what I want to do with my life.
There's a lot of things. Like,
I need my degree.
A lot of it, why do you have to take any advanced college level math class? For like 90% of people, that's never going to matter. And I'm not saying you don't need math, but I'm saying for most jobs, you can like stop at algebra 1 and you've probably still gone too far. Now, for somebody like me and what I wanted to do, sure, you need those advanced math classes. Stop pretending everybody needs them. Stop sending welding students to English classes. You don't need that, like, at all.
Exactly. That's just...
Now, if you want to learn more things and go do extra schooling, fine. That's cool. Learn while you can.
You can choose those classes and pay for them accordingly.
Yeah.
But to force me to go and take these classes so I have to pay for them just so I could get a degree is ridiculous. I feel like if you want to do it that way, you don't even have to be like, oh, well, this applies so you can get your associate's degree. Well, you can have degrees that just list what you did.
Yeah.
What classes you did. Oh, this person, has an applied technical science degree in welding. Bam. It has welding on it.
Yeah.
Or he also took English,
business
math,
class,
and whatever else. It's a bit,
or business classes so that he can run his own thing. That's cool.
Right. It gets listed on your actual degree. Like, the paper degree that you get. That's how hard is that?
That's not how they did it in the past. And we can't change anything because that's unfair.
Well, yeah, but we would lose so much money by not forcing people to pay for classes that don't apply to their fucking career.
Well, that too. Because for whatever reason, everyone in these positions either is a boomer who never believed in being smart, or is one of the people who believes like we're talking about now, but then the minute they got into a position where they could change anything, they just didn't.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck? What just happened?
Right. That always drives me nuts. Sitting around,
this is my position. This is my position. I'm finally in power. Boom, gone.
Right.
I changed.
There's people at work right now, that are older, and we got into these conversations about, oh, well, kids these days don't want to work. They don't want to apply themselves to get anything and get anywhere in life. I'm like, it's because we can't get anywhere in life. We're all working 3 fucking jobs.
I was gonna say, it's because people
and selling ourselves on the corner and still can't afford to buy a house. Oh, well, we had it worse in our time.
No, you
Bullshit.
didn't.
Dude,
boomers had the easiest world to ever live in, and they ruined it in every possible way. Right. And then blame everybody else.
Well, we only made $7.50 an hour. Yeah, but you could buy a house for $12.
We only made $7.50 an hour. So do we. But
yeah, you still make $7.50 an hour, and homes are $400,000 with a 10% interest.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
It is literally harder to buy a house now than during the Great Depression.
I stand by our generation or generations. I don't know if you were born before or after the Gen Z cutoff. That's not important. Me and you are close enough in age. We technically fall under the middle ground, the Zillennials. But doesn't matter. Gen Z, millennial, same fucking thing. Not really. But I think both of our generations have had to work astronomically harder than the baby boomers ever did, and can't get a fraction of what they could.
I was about to say, we can't get anywhere. We can't, it's just, we're screwed. And it's crazy. I can't remember what the book's called. I'll have to ask my coworker. He actually sent it to me and I read through it a little bit, and it's actually really intriguing. It basically talks about throughout the United States history, and it goes on like 80 year spans or whatever, where it's like, the economy is like here, and then it does really, really, really well, go good, and then it kind of plateaus, and then you get assholes in there and it just crashes. And then you got the Great Depressions, and then you go to war, and then you go, after the war, everybody's united, everybody's kind of working for each other, and things are going really, really well, and you get really, really good, and then you get some assholes in there and it crashes again. And right now, I hate to say it, but I'm excited in the process.
The crash is good.
The crash.
It's bad, but it's good.
Right.
Like, it's awful, but if we can make it through it, it's good.
Right.
This is
the problem is we're not going to live long enough to see the goodness that comes of it. Our kids might.
We might.
Maybe when we're 95.
No,
if
it can reset
long,
kind of fast if the issue, and this is where we're screwed, is we would need another FDR. We're not going to get that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
We need another FDR who's just going to step in and be like, all right, let's fucking do this and fix it. Yeah, it still took fucking, 12 years to get it back on track.
Right.
But you could do that if you had an FDR. I don't know if there's a person on this planet I believe in to be an FDR that can right the ship again.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, because it used to be most anybody could run for presidency if they had a little bit of money, they had a shot. Yeah. But now it's, big tech corporations, big businesses, billionaires, they all control the money, and they all control who gets into office, and they basically control, they only want people in there that are going to do what they want them to do. That's going to make them money and make us poor and more reliant on the wealthy. And even if you look throughout the last 100 years, the distribution between the money between the lower class and the top tier 3%, 2% of money makers, the wealth is so disproportionately, distributed that it's just it's pathetic. It makes me sick.
Yeah. You don't know what makes me sick? Way off topic, but I just opened Twitter. This actually isn't that bad. It's just annoying. So, the Rockies have that rooftop bar thing that I've told you about is the reason people go to games. But somebody played a game of, can you name a Rocky up there with people wearing Rockies jerseys? And literally no one could name a current Rocky.
We're just here to drink, man.
Pretty much. That is one of the most embarrassing things, but it's also like, that is what I've been telling people. Coors Field will never die. It's too pretty, and you can get decently priced alcohol for some reason, which makes no sense. Now, you can't once the game starts, but by then you're already plastered, and then you're just watching baseball while you come down.
Right.
That's why people are still there late in the game. They're trying to get sober enough to walk home.
Uh-huh.
And then it's baseball, so you still get into it if it's good baseball. And even bad teams can play good baseball sometimes. The Rockies are, now that I swear to God, every time I talk about it on Scuffed, it just goes the opposite way. But I don't care. They've been fun. They've been good again. We're only like 7 games away. 7 wins in our last 45. And we don't break the all-time losses record. And that's good. This is good. Because as you can tell by how they've played lately, they aren't that bad other than the pitching. We knew the pitching was bad, and it is worse than anyone could have expected. But injuries exist, and nobody could have expected the worst pitcher of all time to happen. Antonio Senzatella is so bad, man.
Yeah.
When there have been multiple games where you've given up double-digit runs without getting out of the first inning, you're done. You're washed.
Right.
I wish the Rockies would just accept that he's done. You're going to have to pay him either way. You do not have to let him play. Just cut him. Just get him the fuck out of here. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but then I have to eat $12 million. I'd rather just eat it than watch him sabotage my team.
Right.
I don't get it.
I mean, you spent $12 million on a mascot. Just leave it at that.
Pretty much.
Go put him in a mascot.
Except don't, because Dinger's actually cool, and I don't want to do that to Dinger.
No.
Oh, God. I don't like that. So there's talk now about Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, has talked about adding expansion teams to the league and then how that might shake up baseball and the way you do things. And I keep seeing people want to separate it by changing it from the American League and the National League to the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. And that's gross. Don't do that. The history is there with AL and NL. You don't need to change that. You can rearrange the divisions however you want. I don't care. But you keep it as AL and NL. That's dumb. That's like the NFL deciding, it's actually going to be Eastern Conference and Western Conference now instead of AFC and NFC. No, that's stupid.
Right.
That's stupid. Oh, man, the Rockies might not be the worst team in their division if we could do that. The proposed realignment is now the Pacific Coast division, which has the Rockies for some reason. But that's because there are at least 8 teams on the west side in both conferences. So you have to, because the West is the Diamondbacks, the Angels, the Dodgers, and the Dodgers and the Padres. And then the Pacific Coast is the Rockies, Athletics, Mariners, and Giants. That kind of tracks because it's all the northern-ish teams with the Mariners and Giants, and then Vegas once the Athletics are fully moved, and Denver. So it kind of tracks because the other ones are all really close to it's a northern-southern divide thing that makes sense. Kind of.
Right.
Calling it the Pacific Coast and then including Denver's really funny, but
right. We're pretty far away from the Pacific.
That also
but
kind of seems like the way it works, since the Midwest are all places where you can drive to the Atlantic Ocean in a day. None of that makes sense to me. Ah, yes, Ohio, the Midwest. What? And then I saw somebody claiming it's because it's the middle of the Western Hemisphere. I don't know how to break this to you. we live on a globe, so it's a circle. Everywhere is the middle of the Western Hemisphere, because that's how spheres work. So
no, it's flat.
That's literally just not possible. Like, outside of all of the other scientific bullshit, literally just fly to like Australia and then like learn how to map the stars, fly to Australia and see that you have an entirely different view of the stars. You don't see a single star that's the same anymore.
Right.
It's that simple. If you want an even more aggressive version of that, go to the North Pole, study it. Go to the South Pole, study it. Entirely different.
You want to know what's even crazier? You could fly straight to the North Pole, keep flying, and you'll hit the South Pole eventually.
Well, if you had enough fuel.
Eventually you'll make it all the way back to the North Pole. It's amazing how that works. It's almost like it's a circle, a round thing, a sphere.
Yeah. Or, just get in an airplane and like look out.
Right. Yeah.
But it looks kind of flat. It's like, but you can literally watch it dip. I don't get it. But, or you can just run the easiest experiment of all time, the stupid flashlight one that many flat earthers have done and gotten proved wrong.
Right.
Because it's very simple. I don't understand.
I get it. People just want the what is it? The Ark of the Covenant or whatever.
No, that could even still be real. Technically, we think we have it. Well, we don't think we have it. It's claimed to be in a temple in somewhere.
There.
I don't remember. That's unimportant right now. But like as humans, we think we have it. Not like Americans, but humans claim to have it. Well, why hasn't anybody gone and found it? Because Indiana Jones isn't real. That's not how the world works. I hate to break it to you. Actually, I don't.
Damn, I really thought he was.
That's crazy. The most recent report for what the Vikings 53-man roster will be just doesn't have Sam Howell. It's just the other two who aren't that good.
Oof.
But Sam Howell just isn't going to make the roster. I agree, but I really hope they find a different quarterback to bring in instead of Ripien. I'm cool with Brosmer, or like leave Ripien as your emergency QB who stays on the 53 and just keep Brosmer on the practice squad.
Right.
But I'd rather keep him on the 53 so somebody can't steal him. He's looked awesome in every preseason game. I get he's playing against third stringers, but he's also playing with third stringers. And there's it's when it comes to the preseason, you can't just look at the numbers. You have to watch the games because, like, even in the Patriots game, the numbers look bad. But watching the game, Brosmer looks good. I just don't want to entrust QB2 to an undrafted rookie when we're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. I want to go sign a QB that I think can be NFL level. So I keep seeing people say Kenny Pickett, and no, I said NFL level. Thanks.
I'll do it.
Sure. Rather you than Kenny.
I can at least run.
Pickett.
I can at least run. Just pay me $2 million to go out there and break my leg once. That's all I need.
Crazy. Bro wants to break his leg. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I don't want to break an arm. I can't play video games when I do that.
No. That's tough. So people were doing a real life like fantasy football draft. That's a thing you can do. I want to do one at some point. It just would require me to have enough friends in one location to do a real life draft. But some guy fucked up. He had like a top 5 pick, and he took Brian Robinson Jr. when he meant to take Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh, that's pain. Oh, he took him with the 1-1. Oh, that's worse.
No.
No, they aren't. Oh my God. Somebody's like, I'd freak out if my friends tried to play this shit. And it's like, would you take Brian Robinson first? No, but these stickers can be confusing. Man, if you can't see the Commanders logo and see it says Brian Robinson, that's on you. You deserve this.
Right. I guess I don't understand what you mean by a real life.
Like they're all sitting in the same room with a big like cardboard draft board, and he walked up with a sticker, like a real life draft. I want to do one in real life. Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah. Then you just have somebody on their computer that has like commissioner control of all the teams. You compile it for them, but you still do the draft part in real life with each other, so you can make fun of each other.
And this year's 2025 draft pick going to
I'd want to do that.
Wonder Weapons.
I'd want to be the commissioner just so I could do the. And with the first pick in the first round, whatever dumbass thing you named your team selects Brian Robinson Jr. And everybody gets to go, fucking moron, you stupid bitch.
No, everybody just goes quiet, like, what? That'd be funny. You could have like celebs, like your celebrities or whatever that come up.
Yeah.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
She's like, gotta get her glasses.
What? I'm sick of the internet. What hurricane are they even talking about? I don't know. But they're watching how a hurricane like zigzagged and moved over a place, and they're like, this isn't possible, right? It's like, no, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Hurricanes just kind of follow the weather systems and wind patterns. It's like, yeah, but it got down to being like a category 2 and then picked back up to a category 5. And it's like, yep, that happens.
It's no different than like when a thunderstorm rolls over land and it loses its steam. And then when it gets in a moist air pocket, it gains speed again. Yep. Oh, amazing. I know it's a hard concept.
Florida isn't that wide, so it'll pass over Florida, lose all of its steam, but then it hits the water again, and here we go.
Yeah. Especially if the water temperature is a little warm right now. That's why it's called hurricane season.
Right.
Moist air. You guys doing Music Monday again?
Yep. Today we're doing video game themes. Oh, also, speaking of the things we're doing this week, when this comes out, I will have already announced the subathon.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a plan that I was going to do that I changed my mind on.
Huh.
I just didn't know how well it would go. I might still do it after the subathon starts. I'll like talk about it, but I was going to announce it and commit to it. And then I was like, well, I don't know if people would actually want to do that. And I'm not just going to throw it out there and then be like, oh, this sucked. This was stupid.
Right.
Thinking of something to replace doing the tournament that we did a while ago. But I'm sad. I had to make the video so it would come out this week. So there was like a almost 2-week buffer before the start of the subathon.
Right.
Because if I would have waited until next week, then it's only like 4 or 5 days. It's like, that feels tough. You know, give notice, give time, like, hey, cool stuff's going to happen. Be prepped. But it sucks because like all the samples for my merch will be here on like Friday. Like, man, that sucks. You couldn't have got here today. I think one of them's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's like, you fucker.
Right.
So it's annoying. That's just rude. But yeah, finally subathon time.
How many people do you think are going to cheese the system and just take songs off of Madden?
Oh, they might. Not me. I already know. So I think I'm struggling. I'm doing at least one song from Expedition 33. And then, so I'm either doing 2 from Expedition 33 or 2 from Zombies. The piano when you first enter Zombies is
ding 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 ding.
It's so good. And at worst, I just get to listen to it. But the other one would be cheating the system because there's an Avenged Sevenfold song in Zombies. Like if people don't believe me, I can just bring it up.
Right. I've got one in my head that I'm pretty sure nobody else will pick. The other one I know that there's going to be like 4 people that are like, oh, Halo.
True. But yeah, Expedition
honestly,
33 has
be hard to beat,
80 songs that are... The music in Expedition 33 is so good. But I will be adding Lumiere, the like main title theme.
Yep, I figured.
Because, dude,
that's why I didn't go.
So
I wasn't going to do anything from there because I knew you were going to pick some stuff from it. So
but you could still, because the entire soundtrack is so good, and
I know,
more Expedition 33 exposure is good. That is
right.
The fact that Expedition 33 and Baldur's Gate both came out in the last little bit is so good. Because as much as... Because now there's always something to do, even when gaming sucks. It's just like, fuck it, Baldur's Gate.
Right.
It's great. I gotta play Valorant at some point during the subathon.
Oh, boy.
You gonna join me?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I'll be home alone on every other Fridays now, so...
That's crazy. Is she working nights?
No.
Oh.
I just don't work Fridays, and she does.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, for the subathon, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's also because it's the subathon, I'm just around more because, like, I can't go do other things. That's why I've been so busy lately, is trying to crank out videos. Right now, I have YouTube videos done, and by the time this episode comes out, I'll have more done. But right now, I have YouTube videos done through October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get through all of October because... Not just like length of the subathon, because as always, I expect the subathon. I'm starting it September 1st. I assume it'll be over September 2nd. But so it's not just because of the subathon, but like that's a major factor. Is I don't want to have to try to work on videos during, other than like recording them. But immediately after, like the beginning of October, is TwitchCon, and like I don't want to have to scramble before TwitchCon or right after TwitchCon to get videos done. So if I can have October handled and maybe even some of November, I'm really trying to push as far as I can.
Right.
That'll be good. I got to figure out a couple more cooking videos if I want to push into November, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird. I think this week I'm doing a cooking video where I'm doing like potato soup. I have to make potato soup when it's 90 degrees so that the video can come out on Halloween.
Right.
It's one of those like, this kind of sucks. This is a food I want to eat when it's cold, not when it's 90 degrees. But
true.
It might not be this week. I have to buy bacon, and Whole Foods only sells uncured bacon, and that actually tastes like pork, so it's gross.
Right.
Uncured bacon is just a shitty pork chop, and I stand by this.
Right.
Yeah. So what are you going to do for the rest of your night? Now I'm just curious.
Well, I'm probably going to sit here and, I'll probably watch something with Aspen.
Yeah.
Spend a little time with her, and then I'll probably be in here waiting to, listen to songs.
You'll come back.
Music.
I was going to say, I won't have it up and ready until 7. For people to add songs, but you can add them while you're not paying attention and then come to play games and then see what's left around.
Right. Yeah. Just send me the link or I'll join around 7 and
I'll send it in the Discord like I have. And
I just don't want to miss it so I can put my songs in right away.
Or at minimum, I'll just text you because sometimes I can't use Discord while we're starting the stream. So I'll just text you and be like, hey, do the thing.
That's fine. 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not. I gotta figure out what my 3 are gonna be. I know Lumia.
I know what 1 is for me for sure. But I'm not sure what the other 2 are going to be yet. I know that there's a few of them that I have in my mind right now, but
yeah,
some of them are pretty old.
There's nothing wrong with pretty old,
right?
But, all right. I guess this has been a longer episode than we normally do. There was stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck did we talk about?
A little bit of everything.
I know. I hate titling these episodes sometimes. It's like we yapped for an hour and a half. It seemed like good conversation, but also what the fuck did we talk about? I got no clue. But all right. I guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.